Welcome to the best gambling show on the internet. This is the home of the money pick. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Chargers at home against the Bucs. Bucs are +3. And listen, I've gone back and forth on this one in my head. When I saw the spread on Monday, I really felt like, okay, we're going to go Chargers here. The Chargers have been delivering for us the whole year. I do feel like there's really, really underrated aspects of this team. And I did make a list. So here's my list when I first started making this game, if you want to know my process. Bucs defense is banged up. Let's be realistic. They've been banged up pretty much the whole year. The secondary hasn't covered anyone. Then I'm looking at the performance against the Raiders. I did not like that. If Aiden O'Connell doesn't throw that bad interception in the red zone, do the Bucs get tested? Was there an upset there? Was there an upset situation? I also feel like Baker's fallen off a little bit since the Giants game, but we got to be fair to him. Like, they've had a lot of injuries. Liam Cohen has been phenomenal. We have to give the offensive coordinator credit. But then I got thinking, when I'm looking at offenses in this league, I made my top 10 list, and I think the Bucs are a top 4 to 8 offense in the league. And that's what swayed me in this game. I really like the Bucs at the +3. I don't think I'm going to bet it, man. But I am worried about the Chargers. And Herbert's been taking a lot of hits. And I'm not sure if that injury that he took in the knee, he also did his ankle in the Chiefs game. I'm not sure if it's serious. But Herbert's mobility is a big factor. And the Falcons were able to hit him quite a bit. I think the Falcons got to him with 4 or 5 sacks. And we saw what the Chiefs did to him. And the Chargers offense, it's becoming one-dimensional. Gus Edwards does not strike fear in anyone. And I know we've been riding the Chargers, and I want to keep riding them. But there were also some coaching things that really bothered me. Look at the first half. You have one of the better field goal kickers in the league, especially when we're at 45, 50, 56 yards. It's a 56-yard field goal in the first half against maybe the best quarterback ever in Pat Mahomes. And then we see Harbaugh punting it for a touchback, and you get frustrated by things like that. Harbaugh is a great coach. He's won us a lot of money this year. He does give us the coaching advantage in quite a few situations. But when he starts clenching up like that, he really hurts Herbert. And this Chargers offense already isn't powerful. Like I said to start the show, you can get at this Bucs secondary. It's been fun picking them apart this year. We've hit some props against them, and I'm not saying this Bucs secondary is going to get better, but one thing they have been getting better at is pressure on the quarterback, and that's where I'm worried about the Chargers, because these receivers, they just aren't creating enough separation. Listen, I get it. We hit the Chargers, -2.5, -1.5 against the Falcons. Receivers played like crap once McConkey got hurt. We hit the Chargers +4 with a money pick on Patreon and YouTube. They probably should have won that game, but like I said, these receivers are a severe liability, and I do think this game has the opportunity to turn into a shootout. One reason why the Chargers have been such a cash cow for us this year is, man, this defense, they make big plays in big situations. Derwin James deserves to be talked about in the defensive MVP conversation. I'm not sure why no one's giving this man his flowers. I know he normally gets hurt, but why are people overlooking him? But I also feel like with all the young players in this secondary, I think Baker can exploit that. I know Bucky Irvin's hurt, but we know what the Chargers want to do. They want to sit in that shell. They want to play a lot of zone. and they want to force you to run the ball. And I don't know if you really want to force the Bucs to run the ball. When that Bucs run game gets going is when that offense is just brilliant. And you saw that against the Giants. And I know. I'm not using the Giants as an example. This is going to be a high leverage game, high playoff game. But I also go back to the high leverage situation. We're seeing what Harbaugh did earlier in the year, punting at the 50-yard line, opting not to take a 56-yard field goal. And if you're getting conservative against Mahomes, you're going to get conservative in this game. That's why I think the Bucs can win this game. I think the Bucs have the more consistent offense, and I'm not saying they have the better quarterback. Obviously, Herbert's been a top 5 quarterback this year, but can we rely on McConkey? Even when he's played, he misses so many plays due to injuries, and normally that's not an issue. Normally that's not something you worry about. I always tell you guys, we have to take injuries into consideration and don't bet the injury report. But man, we saw it last week when you're throwing to DJ Chark, when we're relying on Quentin Jackson, when we're relying on Josh Palmer and Will Dissly. That's when you know things get a little bit scary. And I don't know if I want to get against the Bucs in this situation. Obviously, this is a big game, 2 big-name teams, 2 big-name quarterbacks. But I'm going to go the Bucs here to cover, and I would not be shocked if they won the game. I send this message to tell you, yes, the Chargers have been a cash cow for us. Are we going to get back to them in the coming weeks? Of course we are. We're not off on them, but we need to see this Chargers offense get the run game going again, because one thing you know the Bucs are going to do, they're going to blitz you. They blitz the most in the league, and the blitzes are starting to get home more as the year goes on. But the money pick is on this over. I absolutely love this over 45.5. Even with my concerns, even with my qualms about this Chargers offense, I do think they'll be able to get into the 24-27 range. Even with the respect I have for this Chargers defense, I do think Baker will be battling. I do think this Bucs offense will be in the end zone. I do think this Chargers defense is just a wee bit overrated, but it's not me hating on the Chargers defense. There's a lot of young bulls, and they're going to be a fucking stable and a problem in this league for a long time to come. But I like the Bucs offensive line to deal with Bosa, deal with Matt, deal with the interior guys who are playing at a great level for the Chargers. And I feel like you can get at this young secondary, and I think Baker Mayfield would. But the money pick is on the over. I think we see like a 27-24 type game. I'm not trying to pick a side. I'm not trying to tell you to bet this game either way. What I am telling you is go with the over. It's up there, the ball's on the hoop, and we just need to get up there and slam it down. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share the video. Special edition. It's back in HD so you guys can see my lovely face. New PC, new decorations, new money. I know it's getting cold in the United States for you guys, but the pics are sizzling.